All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to another installment of the AI Executive Roundtable. And well, it's December 9th. Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Hey man, how you doing, Dale?
Good, good. It is December 9th, 2020, 2024. We are slowly counting down to 2025, which is going to be a new year, obviously. So I
hmm
just want to welcome everyone to another installment of the AI Executive Roundtable. And for those who are not familiar with what we do here and what we're committed to at the AI Executive Roundtable, first of all, um, uh, we are in partnership with the Panther Network and AI B2B. This show is a daily show that's really dedicated to unlocking the limitless potential of artificial intelligence for specifically for your business. And we're really excited to guide you through this really exciting journey into of course, the hottest trend in technology, which is as we call it, artificial intelligence, and all that's happening, all that's shaping industries, how AI is shaping industries around the globe, how it's shaping the medical field, the education, government. It's reshaping our entire world. The world is going to look like a different place in the next 5 years as it is today, and we are just at the beginning. We're just at the beginning of this massive shift in technology and how AI is going to impact our lives. A lot of people are saying it's going to have some negative impact, and a lot of people are saying it's going to have some positive impact. But the reality is, we don't know. We can just speculate on how AI is going to affect us. But there's a lot of confusion around AI. There's a lot of misunderstanding. There's a lot of fear, a lot of concern. A lot of people don't understand what it is. It's kind of like, it's your cell phone. A lot of people just know it works, but how it works, a lot of people just don't know. And quite frankly, a lot of people don't care. My name is Dale Tidd. I am your host, and along with me today is Alex. Alex Volpe. Alex, welcome.
Hey man, great to be here.
Awesome, awesome. In terms of background, so you can kind of get a sense of knowing who we are, Alex brings 20 years of tech and business experience and expertise. He's seen it, he's seen transitions over the last 20 years, 20 years in the field. So he understands where technology was and where technology is growing. Alex, you're in telecom, right?
Started off in telecom, voice over IP, and
Yeah.
then evolved into like data centers, cloud technology, things like that. So I saw
Yeah.
the whole evolution from a business perspective and even from a consumer level too.
Yeah, yeah. But talk about telecom. I remember going back years ago. A friend of mine, we had the idea to make localized internet, make the internet localized, and provide internet for everyone locally. And we're going to talk to Ontario Hydro to use their infrastructure to create antennas. And we went to China. Well, we didn't go to China, but we were looking at different Chinese based telecom and radio systems for cellular powered systems,
hmm
and we were just at the process of putting it all together, and then the market fell out. So that was when we were using, I think, not even G. It
Yeah.
wasn't even called G at the time, right? But we knew the future of technology, and we knew that telecom was going to be a major part of this, as it is today. I mean, like, you can't go anywhere without if you are traveling outside and you don't have access to the internet,
Yeah.
can you
You're cut
imagine what's
out.
going to happen to people?
You're cut out. And that's the
You're
thing,
cut
right?
out.
Like people were used to phone calls very much. Like that's kind of the origin of telecom, but then look how it quickly evolved into Skype,
That's right.
Messenger. Now we got
That's right.
WhatsApp. Like, do people like very? I have friends personally that don't even use their actual phone line anymore.
That's right.
Everything is through Skype or Facebook Messenger. Like whether it's a video call or voice call, you don't
That's
even need
right.
to actually dial numbers anymore, right? So
That's
things have
right.
evolved
That's
pretty
right.
fast. Absolutely.
That's right. I remember when I had to remember a phone number.
I remember. I was there too, man. I'm not that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Remember a phone number. Who remembers phone numbers nowadays? No one remembers phone numbers, right?
yeah,
But yeah, technology is moving really fast.
yeah.
So Alex brings a tremendous background, and he's enthusiastic and very passionate about technology. And as for myself, I have been in the space a bit longer, about 30 years or so. And I had the privilege of consulting for many companies over that period of time, like IBM, Microsoft, Apple, and many companies over that time frame. And I was able to have an inside look in terms of how these companies function, their business practices, their business model. I remember when I was at Microsoft, they were in the process of transitioning their logo, right? It took 6 months, right, to transition their logo design.
Mm-hmm.
And their design was it was fun design as far as I know, but when they went to the multiple colors, the green and right, right, so they had committees upon committees looking at the different colors. They hired an outside firm to to I think they must have spent about a $500,000 just to redo the logo.
And they study the psychology of every color and who
Oh
it
yes,
attracts to
psychology,
most. Yeah,
color. Oh
there's
yeah,
color psychology. Yeah, no, that's true. It's a
that's
real
right.
thing.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was there during that time where they actually transitioned that. I'm coming in
that's
kind
awesome.
of dark. Oh, there. Okay, great. Yeah. So they when they transitioned the logo, that was an interesting time. But there's been a lot of changes over the last 15, 20, 30 years in technology, and we're really excited to be a part of that change, those trends. And because we have that history, that background that goes way, way back, we can have some extrapolations into the future and kind of give our perspective in terms of where we see the future of AI is going. And of course, we don't know. No one knows. So if anyone tells you they're going to take out their crystal ball and tell you that the AI is going to do this, whatever, we don't know. We're just speculating. That's all we're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, those who are closer, like the air closer to the ground, like someone like a Jensen Huang, I think that's his last name. Not sure if I'm
NVIDIA,
pronouncing it
right?
right.
Yeah.
Please fact check me on his name. But he has his ear close to the ground
Yeah.
when it comes to the future of AI because he's building infrastructure, and the world is at his doorstep, right? The world is at NVIDIA's doorstep, and we're going to talk about NVIDIA and the rise of NVIDIA and how this company is pivotal to shaping our future. We're going to talk about that. We have to keep an eye on them because wherever they go is where the world is going to go, and we don't make sure that we're on top of that as well. Okay, so we're going to talk about that, and we have some other topics that we're going to look at that's coming in from the weekend. So there's a lot of stuff happening over the weekend. We can't touch on everything, but there's certain topics that we want to make sure we keep an eye on. And what do you got, Alex?
Yeah, so like one of the things, let me share my screen. I don't know, do I have access to that right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go right ahead.
Sweet. All right, just give me 1 second. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Looks like it's giving me trouble to actually saying it's blocked. Are you
Let's
sure I
see.
got access there?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay.
Want to share the link, and then I can share it.
Yeah. So this is an interesting one. I'm gonna have you pull it up.
You can
But
put it.
basically, but
You're gonna put it
basically
in the chat.
it's I put it in the okay, I put it in the chat. Here we go. So basically this is kind of like a follow-up from our last show on Friday where
Okay. Yeah.
we kind of touched on you'll see in a second the big
Yeah. I
discussion
see it here.
here. Yeah, big discussion here in Canada regarding ownership, right? When we're using these tools to create creative works, images, music, videos, who really owns it, right? That's the big question that's coming up a lot. And it's something that we don't really have an answer to yet. But right now, the boundaries are being pushed in this area. So we're going to be coming close to a conclusion eventually down the line. But if you scroll down a bit, 'cause there's a few headlines there. Do AI, yeah, scroll a bit down. It says, do AI generated images deserve copyright?
There's right here. Yeah. let's just jump over there. Here it is. Yeah. Do
Yeah.
AI generated images deserve copyright?
Yeah, and they're using an
Yeah.
example here of,
Last week.
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah. So last week we looked at the article and the video about um, there's a lawsuit that's happening in Canada where uh, the uh, the content creators, the news producers, the newspapers across Canada, they're coming together and they're suing OpenAI. And their case is it's really simple, straightforward. It's copyright. They're taking um, content that's been created by the news producers, and then they're using that content to train their models. So it's a punitive case in which they're pretty much saying, hey, you're going to use our content. Okay, if you're going to use our content, we deserve to get paid for it,
Yeah.
right? So that has massive implications on the future of content and how or if it's going to be protected and who owns the content. Because once they put it up on the internet, the question is based on their website policies, they're saying this information cannot be used, cannot be copied. So they're saying that they're violating their copyright protection of the content they're creating. So that's why they're suing OpenAI. So continuing on that front, I'll have you take it away, Alex. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so the kind of like to finish off what you were just saying there with the OpenAI perspective on this is that no one can really hold ownership on facts, right? So say there's a news article of a certain event that's happening somewhere around the world, and it's done by say a CBC, right, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation article, and they're talking about this event, which is an objective fact. Many news articles are probably talking about this as well. If you're taking content from this and generating it through AI, the question is what actually belongs to CBC and what doesn't, right? So that's going to be something interesting to see how that plays out. But to go back to this article, they're using an example of taking well-known art like Van Gogh, his paintings, and making it like a digital, like live experience type of thing. So it's really cool. But the question is, well, I should say there's two names associated. You can see right here, the two people, that Ankit and Karika, they actually own this. They're actually claiming copyright over this image. And the question is now, do they have the right to do that? Right.
Yeah.
So they're using technology to kind of revamp something that already exists. And to be
Mm.
quite fair, it's completely different experience, right? It's not an oil painting anymore. But the creative side of it, to what extent can we say that, it's the artist still, Van Gogh being in this case, or is it the actual tech utilizers on the other end? So this is something that is also going to be in the major conversation in the broader landscape of things, because you can imagine you can take now video content from a movie, adjust it, edit it using AI, and where's going to be the line where, okay, now this is no longer theft, this is now authentically mine versus it's still plagiarism per se, right? So that's another way of looking at it, the old school way of plagiarism, right? Reading an article and regurgitating it in your own words. There's always has to be a fine line versus what is being reproduced as your own versus what is being copied straight from the source. So I want to actually share, because while I was looking at this, I actually
Well,
came
there's actually
across.
before I jump on,
Yeah,
before you move forward to this, there's actually some precedents where that is concerned. And if you were to go back over to the entertainment industry, the the um, the the audio recording industry or the music industry, right? Now,
yeah,
I'm not up on the laws where that's concerned, but there was a major challenge years ago for sampling, right? Because you take a song that's been around for, I don't know, 20, 30 years or so,
yeah.
and then you song in your music, right? Um,
Hmm.
where's the demarcation point, right? Um, that you have to where you have to pay the original producer of that song, although you're sampling it, right? As a matter of fact, I'll see if I can find it here. Um,
Yeah, a lot
let's
of
see.
A lot of the music I would listen to, like the old 90s, early 2000s hip hop music, takes samples from older tracks, like from the 60s and
Mm.
70s, and they will loop it, like instrumentals and stuff. And there are some cases exactly that where they would get, they would lose all the royalties to it basically because it basically belonged to the previous artist.
Yeah. Here's an article. I'm going to share this here. So from a precedence perspective, right? Here is let me add with that. Share this one here. Here is what. Okay. Talk about Diddy, right? We don't want to go down that road. What's happening?
Yeah, Sting.
What's
This
happening
is
in music?
interesting because Sting actually has a few people under his belt that he caught doing this. I remember reading
That's
about
right.
that. No, go ahead.
That's right. Yeah. Sting said he got $2,000 a day off a rap sample, right? So Diddy took 5 years to correct him, right? So, that's Sting, essentially, right? Having one song, and then there's another song that I think Sting says that the right to copyright requirement, the payment that he's getting from the sampling, he's paying him. I don't know. He's putting his kids through university. He says, right?
Yeah. Yeah, his
Um,
grandkids even, I think he said. His
that's right.
grandkids.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sting sued for copyright infringement and eventually got the right to claim to 100% royalties on the remix. So there's already a precedence here in terms of taking content,
Yeah.
right, that has been used and repurposing it for something else. So if this is happening in the music industry, where from a legal perspective you have that content, and now if you can't claim it's yours, you're going to have to pay back the content producer, or you're going to have to require or get permission from the original content creator to resample that and create something new. So there's already precedence. And I think, in my opinion, I think that's where it's going to go.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there's got to be a line, right? Especially when we're talking about like Van Gogh, something that's very easily recognizable.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get trickier with artists who are not maybe as recognizable, but are still equally talented, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know. There's definitely got to be some protection for the sake of the artist. I agree.
Yeah, you have another one here. I'll bring this one up here for you.
Yeah, this is an example.
This is the example. Oh, I see. Let's check it out.
This is Van Gogh's one of his paintings, and they kind of made like a real life experience through it. So I mean, technically, you're getting a different value from it. I mean, you're not looking at an oil canvas anymore, but still,
Yeah.
we know what the essence is, right?
Yeah, let's play. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's my response too. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Just to stay away from the seriousness of the copyright part, but like it's enjoyable and we can see why people would love to see this, right? This is stuff that when you share it, it's gonna go probably viral.
Yeah,
It's again
and
like a
not only
30-second clip, right?
yeah, not only that too. I think that when it comes to not only that content, but um, pretty much it's liberating 2D, right? 2D
Yeah.
art into a 4D experience, right? So you may see, for example, you may have a much more three-dimensional, two-dimensional conversation or communication or experience with, for example, Mona Lisa, right? That's liberating that experience. Or you take anything over the last, any art, right?
Yeah.
And you can make an immersive type of experience in that art. But there's certain statutes of limitations with some works. For example, let's call it. I don't quote me on this, right? But when it comes to Shakespeare work, right? When it comes to a certain music, there's only protection for a certain time. Then there's public domain, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
When that happens, I don't know, right? But anything is public domain that's
Hmm.
available through the public, it's available for everybody. Now, how what that is, that point is, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's something we can actually check on. That's something that if it's recent within the last 2 to 3 years, yeah, come on,
No, for
pretty obvious.
sure. No, no, definitely. But you mentioned something really interesting, how the experience with art, like I was reading I think a couple weeks ago, where virtual experience. So imagine you see a painting like this and you put on these goggles and you're actually, like you just said, immersed. You're in it
Yeah,
now. And you
yeah,
can walk and you can engage with the waiter that was in that video, for example. You could sit down in a
yeah,
chair, right? Or things
yeah.
like that.
For
I mean,
art lovers,
that's going to be the future. It's all about experience now, where AI
exactly.
is really headed when it comes to the creative side of things.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're an artist. Let's just say you're Banksy, right? You're an artist,
Hmm.
right? And you create this piece of art, right? This unique piece of art, right? And you can use AI now to not just watch it, but to immerse yourself in it and experience multiple dimensions of it. Rather than
Yeah.
just watching it, you can actually be in it and experience the feelings, the emotions of that art piece like you've never done before, right? But the question is, yeah, I believe, yeah, you're gonna have to pay. That doesn't become yours anymore.
Yeah, it's
You're
no
gonna have
longer
to pay the
yours.
artist. Yeah,
I can see museums playing with this, with the arts that they're already holding. Like, for
yeah,
example, like I could see this being extremely fun with like Renaissance paintings, right? Where
that's
you
right.
have those vibrant colors and those little rooms and the mirrors and stuff. And like, if you can immerse yourself in a scene like that and look at the objects up close, I
That's
think that'd be
right.
pretty cool. So from a
It
museum
would be.
perspective, yeah, I see them doing that. And I think they are, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if I've
Yeah.
even heard. I think there's some exhibitions that are currently
Mm,
going on right now,
yeah.
that are trying to experiment with this type of thing.
Yeah. Maybe not as extensive, right? Because of their relationship with the art piece. Because if they
Yeah,
do that and make that available, then of course, who would come to a museum,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
They're
So it
gonna make
have to
sure
be
that they.
something that has to be done there. It have to be able
Yeah,
to be on
yeah,
scene. Yeah.
exactly. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so let's switch gears here. Let's go. Let's talk about our next topic that we got for you this afternoon. Is one of the things we want to do is we just want to make sure that we continually honor our partner and which is of course the Pamper Me Network, and the Pamper Me Network also has a as you may or may not know a a Facebook group. And if you're not a part of the Facebook group, I'm going to share the link with you right now. I'm going to put that in our, let's see here. I'm going to put that in your chat.
Are you able to
Join the
share the
Facebook
screen?
group. Um, yeah, I'm going to do it right now. Here is the Facebook group. Join the Facebook group. I'm going to share that right now with you guys. Here we go. Share. Okay. Here is the Facebook group, which is it's called AI Tools, Artificial Intelligence Support for Creators and Small Businesses. The last time we checked, remember last week, early last week, 5,300 members, 5,500 members, right? So it's going up roughly about 100 new members every single week. Like I said, within the next few months or so, this is going to be at 10,000, 15,000. My guess is going to probably be at 100,000 plus people within the next 6 months because,
Yeah.
AI is driving so many different aspects of our society. And this is a great place where you can post the tools that you have, share the tools that you have, and so everyone can get access to it. And not only that, too, there's also a really great place for you to connect with the Pamper Me Network. And if you have a webinar, if you have a something that you want to present within their network, you could actually get paid for presenting that you can get paid for that webinar. That's right. Yeah. So that's right. There's a compensation structure you could definitely get into. So join the Pamper Me Network. There's lots of different options here. Let's see here. If I click on this link, I think that probably goes into the actual article itself. But if you go to Pamper Me Network and let's see, there it is. This is the actual page. Okay, lots of information. Hey, there I am right there. And let's go over to Pamper Me Network, the actual page itself. Okay. It's pretty straightforward to register for the Papier Network. I put the link that you can click on to register for the Papier Network in the chat, right? But there's just so many things you can do on the network now. We're probably going to have a call in which we specifically go through the features of the Papier Network and how
Yeah, there's a
people
lot.
take advantage of the network as well. Check this out. Check us out. With Papier Network, the world's only social rewards platform for AI enthusiasts, AI developers, content creators, event planners, and their communities. Create content, right? Create content, connect, learn, inspire, register now, okay? And check it out. There are 310,000 participants as part of the entire network, and the total rewards is $352,000 on the network, right? So yeah, join the network. We'll probably have a special stream going through the details of the network at another time, but it's a great place to be if you want to not only share your content to a large audience, but also get compensated for that as well. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's go back over to the Facebook the Facebook page.
Yeah, what's being talked about?
Pardon me?
Let's see what's being talked about.
Yeah. Let's go back to the Facebook page here. Let's see what's new with the Peppermint Network. Okay, let's see. Okay, and groups. There we go. All right, let's see what happened over the weekend. Okay, there it is. Okay, great. All right, so let's check it out. So, okay, great. All right. Okay, AI assistants simplifying your life. So this is the AI agent. I think you talked about AI agent. Is that right?
Yeah, we got an article today. I'm actually going to touch on that.
Okay.
But yeah,
By
this is going to
2020,
this is going to be huge.
2020. Tongue tied there for a second. Okay. By 2020, let's see here. 2027, AI assistants like ChatGPT and Google Assistants will become hyper personalized, managing your life seamlessly. Imagine scheduling meetings and organizing emails effortlessly, personalizing recommendations for shopping and travel, entertainment, real-time mental health support with empathetic AI interactions. Okay, what does this mean for you? More productivity, smarter decisions, right? Ready to dive in. Okay, here's an article, right? AI assistants. Yes, what do I think about AI assistants for the future? There's definitely a lot of promise there for the AI assistants. There actually was a company, I believe it was called Rabbit. Didn't go very well. Let's see if I can find that. But I did hear about a friend of mine who is in the AI space, and what he said was that he knows there's a company in which they're creating your own personalized AI therapist or AI buddy. No, AI buddy, it's called. Okay, in
Yeah.
which the AI buddy will be in your pocket and it records everything for your entire day. So it walks around with you, records everything, and then at the end of the day, essentially summarizes your day, actions you got to take, reminders, updates your calendar. You can talk back and forth to it. It can essentially assess your mood and your feelings. You can talk to it. That's what's coming.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, having a personal assistant attached to you, essentially, it's what's going to happen. We're headed there.
And what's going to happen with therapists?
And that's the
You
thing,
know?
right? It's gonna change a lot of things because therapists, they have a location, they have a place and time. There's scheduling questions, all that stuff comes into factor, right? The human nature of things, right? Booking. The AI is going to eliminate all of that. All the hassles of human interactivity is gone.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
the therapy, the therapy. So you don't, I mean, you can have with AI, right? You can have every psychological treatment known to man,
Yeah.
every diagnostic treatment, right?
Yep.
Every possible psychological,
And that's
um,
what you're saying. There's a fact. You're not even being hyperbolic, because whatever is accessible is what AI is
that's
going to
right.
have be able to get its hands on, right?
That's right. And when it learns your personality, when it learns about you, as it learns about you, it can find, it can create a baseline for your personality. And
Yeah.
when there's deviation beyond your personality, maybe you got upset, it can help you through counseling navigate back to your norm. That's coming.
There's a fun
That is coming.
experiment. There's a fun experiment I saw on LinkedIn. Actually went kind of viral, like people sharing it a lot, where people who use ChatGPT, for example, like on a casual basis here and there, ask it, what can you say about me? What can you tell me about me? And
Yeah.
people were blown away with what it was
Yeah.
telling them. It was blowing them away. And that's interesting
Yes.
because, now we're getting insights of how intelligent is artificial intelligence right now. And like you said, it has access to parts of the world and the internet that all subjects of psychology, for example. So that's where it's reaching into.
And the problem comes, okay, it knows you better than you know yourself.
Oh man, I'd hope not. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it can, based
Yeah.
on data, based on case studies,
Yep.
that a regular therapist and a regular psychologist would come to that conclusion anyway. See,
That's
that's
right.
the thing. It is effectively replacing people in
That's right.
certain areas.
You heard of Myers-Briggs, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah,
Okay. Myers-Briggs, from a personality perspective, personality test, right? All that information, guess what? It's already in OpenAI.
it is.
It's already there. Their assessment, the methodology, right? You've also heard of I can't remember the name of the company, but their dating company. Um, I have to get back to it. eHarmony, right?
Hmm.
eHarmony, again, based on psychological profiling, psychological testing, right? Matching, right? It's all algorithmic based.
Yeah.
Right? So you have your companion in your pocket, and you're basically meeting someone for the first time, right?
Yeah.
After listening to that person, after having a conversation with that person, the AI can say, "There's a match,"
Or no, or
or
run
no,
away.
or run away. You know,
But yeah,
stay away from
essentially, you're
that
right.
person.
Yeah.
Right? It can do personality profiling on other people as it listens to them in real time and can tell you whether or not that person is being authentic, right? Are they being honest with you? Are they
Oh,
lying? They can
yeah.
actually do the profiling, not just on you, but on other people while they're having a conversation with you. With you having a conversation with other people. So you can imagine business meetings, right?
Yeah.
Imagine going to
However,
business
now
meetings.
I'm noticing business meetings, they're actually making it a point now to keep phones out of the room
That's right.
because of these things now.
That's right.
So I see in a lot of ways we're actually going back to the Stone Age in some areas. Some people don't
That's
really
right.
in certain contexts, you're not going to want this around because
That's
we
right.
don't know really what the intention and motivation is behind it.
That's right. You have no idea,
Yeah.
right? Check out. Do you want to share this one here? This is, as I mentioned earlier, that companion. Um, let's see here. Present. Let's see. Share screen. Let's see here. Okay, AI in action. Okay, now I haven't been to this site, right? But let's check
Oh,
it
this
out.
is
Rabbit
Rabbit. Okay.
OS. Browse Amazon. Yeah. What's the? Okay, let's see. What's the browse Amazon and get me some laundry detergent. Wow. What's the median price for a 2-bedroom bathhouse in Santa Monica and the mortgage? These are some questions, I guess, right? So these are the
Yeah.
questions that you can actually ask it, right?
Yeah.
So what actually is this rabbit? I think it's one of those companion things. Let's see here. Rabbit one. Okay.
Is it an
So
external
there's
device?
there.
Really?
$200. It clips on your shirt, by the way. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was some controversy over why have an external device? Why not just um just embed it in the already existing device? So you have to have another device. You got to walk around with you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, speak and ask. Ask unlimited questions and get unlimited answers. Okay. Identify objects. Okay. Magic camera. Put a magical twist on phones. Photos taken. Okay. Bi-directional translation. That's pretty cool, right? You know, that's the 100 languages. Okay. Visual interpretation. Understand any language with your camera. That's pretty cool. One of the things that people have actually is when you're going through a foreign country and you go into the airport, or you're
Yeah.
driving on the road, or you're basically walking around. Everything's all another. We don't have to go far. Just go for us. Just go across the border to Quebec.
That's it. Yeah. We
Right?
don't have to go far at all here. Yeah.
Yeah,
But the thing is, you make a good
everything's all in
point. Why?
French.
But you make a very strong point here, Dale. Like, why have an external device? Why can't it just be already embedded in tools that we already have, like a cell phone, like a smart app, right?
Yeah.
There is camera capabilities already. There's microphone capabilities, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Google Assist can do live translations, if I'm not
Mm.
mistaken already. So I'm wondering about really this. Is it really going to be appealing to get another device that you hook onto something? It's just another thing you're going to forget.
Yeah, I think that it's all going to be based on its capability and its communication because
Yeah,
the demo we looked at last week with
it
we're going to
needs
look
an
at another one.
edge. It needs an edge
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Something that
yeah.
makes it so special that it's worth the investment, $200, adding another device, right?
Yeah,
But
because
check this
you
one out.
leave the house with a phone, your keys, and now you're gonna have to have this as well, right? I mean,
Attached to you.
most people are making payments through their phone anyway. But
Exactly.
in some parts of the world, you still need your wallet per se, right, for
Yeah,
driver's license and whatnot. I know in Singapore, there's like I think
yeah,
80% of the population they don't even have a wallet anymore. Everything's on their
that's
phone.
right.
But
I think the reason for having this as a device, because of the processing power, right? I guess a phone,
that's a good
because of the
point.
power on the phone, it's distributed throughout many other resources, and not
Yeah,
to mention the battery life. But this
yeah,
has its own processing capabilities. You can upgrade the chip, as speeds increase, right? You can increase the speed and performance. It can be faster overall. So I think from that perspective, it might be pretty good having a separate device, right?
yeah.
Um, but look how I said earlier. Check it out. Memory recall. Recall your past conversations, notes, voice recordings, images, and search results, and more.
Now,
Okay,
do you have to now announce to your friends that this is what you have on you when you're with them?
that's a good point.
You
I'm
know,
not
like
sure.
this is like going into that area now where it's like
That's right.
where business meetings are going to ask this we're entering the stone age now, fellas. Leave everything in the front. We're going to
That's
go
right.
back. We're going in with no electronics. They're kind of
Yeah,
hit that point. There's these Ray-Ban glasses now. I'm sure you've seen the ads now
that's right. I saw
on
those. Yeah.
Instagram that has the camera and it analyzes everything in front of you. I mean, that's stuff that we saw in Minority Report, I think. It's out there now. The question now comes down to like, are we allowed to utilize that content, like just strangers and stuff like that? I don't know. We're hitting funny times now.
Yeah.
Again, on that topic of copyright, right? Like, who has the right to utilize what content, especially if it's another person, right?
Yeah. Because now, um, yeah, meta glasses. Yeah, those the meta glasses.
Yeah,
Let's
but they're
pull
I
that
think
up.
in partnership with Ray-Ban.
It's providing. Let's see here.
Do you have that? Are you able to?
Mm,
It's like a 30-second ad. I mean, even less. If you're able to pull that up, that'd be really cool.
I'm trying to find it right now. Smart glasses.
Yeah. It was in
I
partnership
saw.
with
I think
Ray-Ban.
that you can buy them, but want to actually check out the app. Yeah. Let's see here. I think Ray-Ban's selling the glasses. Meta is selling the technology. Yeah. 1 second. Just gonna find a non-Ray-Ban site.
Here, I'll share a link that I found.
Yeah. Okay, share it. Let's
It's
see.
a 30-second. I think this is the ad. I didn't actually play it, but I think this is the ad I'm talking about, which is pretty cool.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let me just share my screen here. And as you said, yeah, it's nice to look at this new technology and all that stuff. But the question is, what are some of the implications? What does it mean for our
Yeah.
future, right? What does it mean for the future technology, and how is it going to impact our future? Knowing that wherever you go, and if someone's wearing glasses, you have no idea whether or not they're actually assessing you, reviewing you, looking you up. I think there was a situation where someone who was using the glasses was able to meet someone, find them on the internet, pull up everything about them, and know everything about them before you even meet them.
Yeah. And
I
that, and
think it,
that
I
begs
think
the
it's
question. It's like,
pretty
what's
wild.
the real use case for something like this, right?
Yeah, it'll be pretty wild. Okay, I'll play it. Let's see.
Listen to music without muting the world around you. Live stream your creations from your POV. Take calls without interrupting your flow. Capture your unique perspective in an instant, straight from your glasses. The next generation of smart glasses by Ray-Ban and Meta.
So yeah, the
That's
ad
just
I
an
saw
ad.
was a bit different, but that's actually pretty cool. Having a hologram screen in front of you and you can actually do things with it. That's actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think the implications are you have these glasses on, and it's connected to Meta, right? So it's connected to LLM, right? And not only that, it's connected to Facebook, it's connected to Instagram, it's connected to WhatsApp, right? It's connected to the internet, right? So you meet someone, and all of a sudden, face recognition, recognize the face, recognize the profile, brings up the profile, right? And then you can actually search their profile, everything about them, and then when you meet them, you know them better than they know you.
Yeah, you know them more than they wanted you to really know about them, right? Like they know, like, yeah, no,
Yeah,
exactly. It's a question of it's really, I think, hitting that toll line of like privacy. Like the moment you walk out of your home right now, you have to keep in mind that you can be filmed. You are being filmed. You're being recorded the moment you walk out of your private domain, right?
yeah. That's what we
It
just got
looks
a
like
comment here from. We just got
that's
a
the new
comment from.
mindset.
Yeah, just got a comment from one of the reviewers and say, "Oh man, whoever has the Rabbit device, this is from Pepper Network. Whoever's had the Rabbit device better make sure they walk good in life and keep their nose clean." That's right. You know,
See, there you
that's
go.
right. Because one is this information, is that detail that they're actually recording, right? We got to talk privacy. Where did that information going? Is it going online? Is it being shared? Is it going? Is it only with? I would imagine it's only within the portable device. That's why it's a separate device, right?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
if it's on another device, then of course other companies will be able to get access to your life on that device. And then of course, if you do something that's, let's say, illegal, that's a good point. If you do something that's illegal, guess what? Just download the device. That's it.
Yeah, and not only that, but these devices are going to have to work around the state laws, provincial laws, national
Yeah.
laws, like whatever the case may be. Because I know in some states in the United States, you can't just film somebody. Even if it's in a public area, you can't just film
Really?
them. Yeah, in some states, absolutely. But in other
Hmm.
states, if you're in a public area and someone's filming you, that's it. It's free game, right?
I didn't know that. Very
Yeah.
interesting. Well,
There's
exciting
radical
stuff.
shifts.
Yeah, exciting stuff. I mean, like, there's so many different implications and dimensions on the impact of AI and
Yeah.
in many aspects of our lives. And And as we continue to go down the road and looking at different technologies and the impact of AI, we're going to be very surprised as to where this is going to take us, right? We have another topic here that we want to bring up. Let's see here. It is, you had another topic, is that right, Alex?
Yeah, did you want to switch gears into like the workplace and how that's going to be affected possibly, or did you want to finish up with what you're saying now?
Let's come back to that. Okay, let's come
Okay.
back to that.
Yeah.
Let's do this here because one of the things that we've been following for the last, I don't know, last week or so, and I think we're going to stick on this topic for a while now, which is the world of the conversational AI. Right, we're going to stay on that topic, right? And the reason why we're going to stay on that topic is because when it comes to conversational AI agents, as you mentioned in the article here, do AI agents? No, that's another article, right? But when it comes to the world,
I actually shared you an article that's actually about this. So if you want to click on that and continue chatting, but have it share screen.
yeah. Let's see if I can grab the article again. Let's see here.
I put it in the chat. You should be able to see it.
Okay, let's see here. What's the article? Oh, you put it in the chat?
Yeah, go on under the chat. It's under combo AI.
Tell me what it's called. Archive? That one?
It's actually comment on Mark Benioff, the guy who owns the
Oh,
CEO
there it
of
is. Okay.
Salesforce.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. That's right. Okay. So when we look at conversational AI, right, the future, what we're looking at over the next few months or so, going into 2025, they say 2025 is going to be the year of the AI agent. That's what's going to be big in 2025. So what does that mean? Right now, from an agentic perspective.
Yeah.
Let me give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me switch my camera here. From an agentic perspective, let's switch my camera 1 second. There we go. Okay. I have a lot more color to my face now. The camera made me look gray. Okay. Okay. All right. That's a lot better. Okay, great. All right. So from an agent perspective, right now, we're having a conversation with an AI. Okay, and there's so many of them, guys. There's so many of them out there. Yeah. Every day, what I've been doing essentially is whenever a new company, new technology comes out that provides conversational AI, voice-based conversational AI that communication speaks to you. I saw a really, really good one over the weekend, by the way, in Dubai. If I have a second, I'm going to play that. It communicates with a accent. With a Middle Eastern accent, and actually, it's really, really good with the
wow.
Yeah, I'll share that. But the AI
agent,
speaking
the English language, but with a regional accent.
Yeah.
No way. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I saw that.
Doesn't get really more human than that, right?
Exactly. And it was empathetic. It was sympathetic, and you could not tell that's one of the first times I actually could not tell it was an AI agent. And I've spoken to, I listened to many of them, and I look at them. But when it comes to a capability perspective, here's what's possible right now, right? It could book an appointment for you, right? Pretty straightforward. Book an appointment, have a conversation with it, integrate with your calendar, no problem. It could also bounce your call to a live person, right? No problem at all. You have a conversation, you say, hey, look, I want to talk about second level support. No problem, that's possible. Another option is to send an email. No problem at all. You can have communication with it. And basically, hey, here's an email, right? Send a text message. Those are some capabilities, right? Those are basic capabilities. The question is, as when we looked at some of the other technologies, what's going to happen in the future is order me my previous order from Skip the Dishes or Uber. Order me my last order, right? But make it onion rings instead of fries.
Yep.
And what it'll do, it'll go out, connect, place your order, and then send back you, and then provide you with a receipt. Have the transactions, because now these systems are going to be integrated, so they actually place those orders using the AI. Another example in which we're looking at is I'm flying to Japan, right, next month. Okay. Find me the best flights, let's say economy plus or first class. Find me best flights, economy plus, first class, and book me a hotel, book me a car, right? And and here's what the hotel specifications are. And so right now we have to actually go online, do all that stuff for ourselves, right? Expedia,
Yep.
I see the ads all the time.
Yep.
Kind of in the neck. But you see them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the time,
But
man.
but what's going to happen is that all you have to do with the AI agents, and that's just scratching the surface. Right now, we can't do that,
Yeah.
but that's what's going to happen in the future. Everyone's going to have their own personalized agent, whether it's on your phone,
100%.
using Rabbit. It's going to be the future, right? It's supposed to simplify
100%.
life.
And it can
Let's
get so complex too. Like you just mentioned, book a hotel, book a car, but you could also add this. You can say, you know what, looking at my calendar, knowing how busy I am, where can I go sightseeing within that limited time I have available? And make it
yeah,
real and make it realistic with my appointments. So you can get
yeah,
really complex and it'll know the geographic locations,
yeah,
museums, for example, restaurants and whatnot. And it'll be able to plan just like that, right? So it's gonna be
yeah.
more than just booking a car, booking a hotel. It can really get into the nitty-gritty stuff of what can be
Yeah,
helpful, what a personal assistant would typically do, right?
that's right. Exactly. Plan my itinerary for my trip to Japan.
There you
I
go.
want to see some sites. I want to get tickets. I want to go to the museum. I want to visit the major sites. Right? Tell me what the major sites are. I want to go. I want to have an amazing experience in Japan. Boom, 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 boom. Checks
Yeah.
all of it. Books everything for you. Here's your itinerary.
Now imagine you have an appointment at 5 o'clock, but you have a 3 hour window you want to really maximize. Get
Yeah,
the AI to do that for you. It's going to maximize the 3 hour window you got. So it's really going to get really powerful to that
that's right.
degree.
That's right. That's right. What does Mark have to say? Who's Mark, by the way? Mark
So this
Benahoff.
guy is the CEO of Salesforce, and
Oh, I see. I
maybe you
see.
know, and maybe many of our viewers know, they're trying to really spearhead the sales these agents, the agentech technology onto the market. And basically, he says the same thing that you just said. It's the future. It's where we're headed. We're hitting the absolute. We're breaking the ceiling when it comes to LLM models. When it comes to this as well. So the empathetic part, the sympathetic part, because that was the
Mhm.
challenge up until now, right? We're getting the AI to know the content that it needs to know, training it, modeling it. We were already there for quite a bit, but the human aspect, the conversational aspect, being able to really read the tonality of the person it's speaking to, knowing frustration, knowing happiness, things like that. Now we're hitting that point where it's actually getting pretty good, So
Mm. Here's what he says. Um, CEO Mark Benahoff said that he thinks the future of AI lies in agents that do tasks autonomously.
yeah,
Autonomously. So,
yeah,
what do you mean by autonomously is that there's an intuitiveness based on your habitual function that they will know about you, and they will automatically have those create those tasks without your interaction.
exactly.
For example, you know, uh, you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning every day, right? Um, the agent's listening, and all of a sudden it sets an alarm for you. You didn't set the alarm, but it knows that's your habit, so
Exactly.
it set the alarm for you. Completely autonomous without your interaction,
Yeah.
right?
Or it
Tech,
knows your shopping habits for grocery shopping, and it may know
that's
that you're
right.
on a diet. It may know you're on a diet, so
That's
make a
right.
shopping list for you,
That's
right?
right. I tell
Knowing
you,
the budget already that you're used to spending and all that stuff, it'll take into account.
that's right. Every Thursday at 6 o'clock, my wife goes shopping.
There you
you
go.
know, she buys the same thing all the time.
That's a good
Every
day of the week
Thursday.
to go, to be honest. Thursday.
Yeah, milk, cheese, eggs, vegetables. Pretty much the same thing every Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So it knows already, right? What the habits are. Just check, the fridge, right?
Yep.
Tech Titan Mark Benahoff says we're near the upper limits of LLM use in the AI advancements. I'm not sure about that.
I
You
mean,
know,
again, and it's funny because later on in the article, he actually criticizes people for trying to know where we're at right now, and then he just like
yeah, yeah. What do you call it? Hypocrite much, right?
yeah.
In the
Well, to
podcast.
be fair, he is the CEO of Salesforce, right? So I mean,
Oh,
he
okay,
does
okay.
have
So he
some
has some insight,
leverage. He's got
but
something, I guess.
yeah, you can't go saying making prediction and say it's not good to have predictions. Come on, you know.
Agreed,
Anyway,
agreed.
in the podcast, the Salesforce CEO said that the future AI lies in agents that work autonomously. Terminating maybe will be there one day. Redefining said, referencing 1984 film from about a cyber port
Now, when he
assassin.
says work autonomously, see, this is the thing. The AI still has to be trained, it still has to be modeled. So it's going to have parameters regardless.
Yeah,
So what does
yeah,
he mean by autonomously? Like we used examples right now. For example, your wife knows
yeah,
she goes shopping every Thursday. But is that really working autonomously, or is that basically working on the data that's been fed? So that's what I would love to kind of like really get down to the bottom of, like, what does he mean by
yeah,
autonomously? Because autonomously would technically mean conscious, right? Its own conscious. Maybe
yeah,
maybe it's trying to break the model and give you something better. I don't
yeah.
know.
Or anticipating based on a probability and projection, right?
Yeah.
So based on probabilistic actions you've taken before, there's a 99% probability based on previous historical data. It can predict out into the future with a high degree of accuracy, right? And then
Yeah.
take actions based on that probabilistic information that you receive. It's all based on calculations anyway, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So over the last several years, Benioff said
This is
we've all got drunk on over the last several years. I don't know, but it's like,
four.
hold on a second. November 2020, November 2022, ChatGPT came out. That was only 2 years ago,
Yeah.
right? We celebrated the second year anniversary, right? So we're very, very early on in the development of AI and chat and all that stuff. So we're very early in terms of LLMs. Yes, LLMs have been around for to some degree a while in terms of machine learning, um, uh, um, uh, uh, technology. Yeah, that's been around for a while. But in terms of getting access to it, the world getting access to it from a wild use perspective, from a global perspective, training it on the internet, for example, and all these other models that's coming to the market. Yeah,
Yeah.
from content perspective, I can see that we have the world's information right now, right? Online, right? Everything's there. But in terms of we're at the upper limits, I don't think we even got out of the gate yet when it comes to capabilities of AI and LLMs, to be honest with you. Right. But let's just see what he has to say.
Yeah.
Powell leaving average consumers to believe that AI is more powerful than it is, and LMs are key to advances in technology. But there is a burgeoning use of artificial intelligence, autonomous agents, which can be deployed to conduct tasks independently. There you go, such as executing sales communications or marketing campaigns that he says will be more significant than elements have been for companies trying to become more efficient and transform the world of work. Right. So in this particular example, he's saying that you have the inputs, you have the strategy, right? For example, let's say a marketing campaign. So will it execute sales communications or runs marketing campaigns independently on its own? That's a stretch for as
You
far as
see,
I'm
I'm very curious to know about how they use the word independently and autonomously,
concerned.
right? Like,
Right.
do they really mean a human can operate independently? That we know. But
Yeah.
how do we say the same thing with an artificial intelligence that has to be modeled and trained, right? It's
Yeah.
running based on what's being inputted. We don't want it to necessarily run independently. It might behave naughty, as they say, it might behave
That's right.
wrongly. So like
Right.
we want to avoid that, right? So I'm curious what they
Uh,
mean by that.
there's a bit of self interest here. Check this out. Right. Salesforce offers pre-built and customized agents. Quite
Yeah.
convenient, wouldn't you say?
There you go.
Hey, agents are going to rule the world. Oh, and by the way, we have some agents here.
We're in the business of it too, right?
We're in the business
That's
of
what he's
agents.
saying.
Yeah. The future is autonomous agents. Oh, by the way, we have agents, right?
Yeah.
Salesforce offers pre-built and customized agents for clients seeking to automate customer service tasks. A bit of self-interest. OpenAI is closing on a launch date for its own agents. which Bloomberg reported will be able to complete assigned tasks like writing code or booking travel, as we discussed, right?
Yeah,
I think writing code is already here to some degree.
it really is.
Yeah, but we're still earlier on. It's still buggy. My daughter, she's at Wilfrid Laurier University, and so she is at a computer. She's taking computer science there, and she uses it, right, to debug code. But from her perspective, it's not perfect. It still needs a lot of work. Because if that was the case, then I'll tell her, drop computer science. You're wasting your time.
I know, but this, it wasn't long ago, where they were saying, learn to code. Like that was a thing. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember
Like
that.
3 years
told my
ago,
daughter
everyone
that.
was just saying,
I
learn to code,
told
learn
my
to
kids
code.
that.
It was like a hashtag, and it was like kind of mocking people, even like, I guess, journalists. It was attacking journalists, right?
Mhm.
And now you're learning that learning to code may be up on the chopping block as well.
That's right.
So we'll see.
It's interesting. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, that's his name, recently said he believes we'll all
I
eventually
agree.
be working alongside agents and AI employees. I believe
I
so.
100% agree with that.
That's the future.
That's no
Yeah.
question, because that's just a matter of convenience. Like I would love to have my own AI personal assistant. Like if it can
Oh
tell
my
me
goodness, yeah.
if it could
Would-
tell me right now based on the traffic when I should be leaving for my next appointment, that's amazing. Instead of actually
Oh my
having to
goodness.
instead of going on Google Maps and having to look manually, right? And it
Yeah.
could just operate off of my calendar. And I think everyone would find that useful, right? If we operate with your
Amazing.
calendar, it will plan your whole day for you and in the efficient way, right? And then you could even
Not even
say,
that too.
squeeze in some leisure time. Where's the best time to do that, right? It will do everything for you.
Yeah, I'm like, edit this video. Edit this video and take out all the ums and ahs and make it into 15-minute segments and chop it up and make reels and make shorts. That's probably already available, but not an agentic process, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Those
Yeah.
are already available to some degree anyway, right? So let's
That's going
continue
to take a
reading
lot
here.
of processing power too, right? Like that's going to take, and that's another
Yeah.
conversation because energy is a big hot topic right now. I know in the US over the elections, I mean, I know we're done that, but that was a big thing, right? Energy independence and running an AI system. And if America wants to be the leaders in AI, energy itself is going to have to be something that's going to be on the forefront. So it's interesting where we're headed because, we know where this incoming administration feels about energy. They want
That's
to be
right.
energy independent, right? They want
That's right.
to drill. They have to do whatever it takes to make themselves independent, and that looks
That's
like it's
right.
going to work in their favor. So we'll see.
Yeah. So coming back to conversational AI, that's how we
Yeah.
got onto this topic. Conversational AI agents, that's going to be happening in 2020, 2025. And we're going to keep a very close eye on that. And we're going to also look at the conversational AI enablers, right? So the conversational AI producers. And one of the ones that we looked at last week, which we thought was absolutely amazing when it comes to its capabilities, right? We have to have a call with these guys. This company is this company here, which is Poly AI, the world's most dynamic voice AI. So I think I requested the demo. If not, I'll make sure I do that today. And let's see if we can get them on, have a conversation about their product. But before we do that, let's see if we can actually
Scroll down a bit. I think I saw where you
see if we
can scroll down a bit. Right
Oh
there.
yeah, we heard a demo. That's right. We heard a demo last week. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we heard a demo. Actually, the demo is actually really, really good too. Right. Let's just see here. And I'm kind of suspect with these demos, to be honest with you. Is it the real customer demo or is it a
two-way script.
a demo
I know what you
that's
mean.
just prefabricated? Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just see what maybe there's other demos or customer experience online here. Give me 1 second. I'm just searching that right now. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Poly AI superhuman voice assistant for restaurants. Okay. Let's see what they got. Let's let's see how proficient this is. Okay, I'm gonna bring. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's share this. Okay, and on that note, when it comes to conversational AI solution technology, what we're going to look at essentially is the product that we're actually going to be focusing on for the next couple of weeks or so, because we've seen them pop up many times, is Bland AI.
Yeah.
We've seen them so many times in so many applications, and we're going to be doing a demo this week with them. And another product that perhaps everyone's known about, everyone's in the space of have seen, which is integration with Go High Level. Go High Level is moving towards implementing AI in their technology in a huge way, and I believe that they have an opportunity to be the leader in the AI enabling space from an integration perspective, because you have AI and the LLM, right? You have that, right?
Yeah.
That's just a component. But then again, you also need the customer information, the customer database, the customer resources, the automation and the scripts and the platform. You need all the other back end
There's
stuff.
the admin. Yeah, there's the admin work as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just see what they have to say.
Thank you. Am I talking to James?
Yep, that's right.
Would you like to place an order for pickup again?
I'm not really sure I'm sharing the audio.
No, you are. I hear it.
Okay, okay, great. Right.
Yes, please.
And would you like to reorder based on your last order of mac and cheese and beef brisket?
Can I get the pulled pork plate this time?
Sure. The pulled pork plate comes with 2 sides. Which sides would you
That speed is remarkable in terms of it heard it, it understood it, and it recommunicated without any pause.
Yeah, it was very
Sometimes
smooth.
there's like
Yeah.
pause.
Like-
Yeah.
Coleslaw and French fries, please. Actually, is the spicy coleslaw really spicy?
The sweet and spicy coleslaw is mildly spicy.
Okay, all right, yeah. I'll get that then.
Great. And would you like a drink with your order?
Just a large Coke.
Okay. Would you like anything else today?
No, that's everything.
Okay, great. Let me review your order. You ordered the pulled pork plate with a side of sweet and spicy coleslaw, French fries, and a large Coke. Is that right?
Yep, perfect.
The total cost will be $24.80. Would you like to add a tip?
Yeah, can I add $5?
Okay, the total cost will be $29.80. We have a Visa on file for you. Would you like to pay with that today?
That'd be great.
The card I have on file ends in 4398. Can you confirm the 3-digit security code on the back of that card?
Yeah, it's 304.
Thanks. Your order is confirmed. It'll be ready to pick up in 30 minutes at 6:35 p.m. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I'm all set.
Okay, thanks for calling Polly's Barbecue. Enjoy your meal.
That's actually pretty good, right?
You know what? You're right. I think the speed of it was great. However, by listening it to carefully, I think you're talking to an AI.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you're talking to an AI, but still, it serves its purpose, right? It's just a question
Yeah.
of what would
Yeah.
be the response from most people. Maybe most people wouldn't catch that, but I mean, maybe because we're used to it now, we've been playing around with this for quite a bit.
Yeah.
We went
Yeah.
really neck deep in voice AI, looking at different companies,
Yeah, and,
but
and I think that say again.
no, I was going to say we went really neck deep in it, so maybe our
Yeah,
perspective is
I
a
think
little
that
bit more advanced.
yeah, true. There's that drop off in tonality, right? There's that where 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 it just dropped in terms of its into its interactivity. So, but I think there's, I mean, like I've been saying, we're at the beginning stages of this, right? With these tools and technology, we're just at the beginning. But I did mention there was one company that I saw that blew me away in terms of it's tech, right? And I'm going to share that there's a company that's actually, now I'm not sure whether the company is actually is behind it, or is this company or is this company just using a solution, right? That's from somebody else, right? But let's just see here. See if I can bring it up for you. Give me 1 second here. Let's see if I can get this for you. Should have this queued up, but I was just blown away at the example. Okay. Let's see. They're interesting guys. It's you guys out of Dubai, right? I'm gonna bring up their Instagram page. Right? Just stop. Remove from stage. Okay. See if I can get the actual. Here it is. Okay, great. I got it up now. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. Here we go. They're called In Control All. In Control All. I think that's the page, right? Put music on here, audio, and here we go.
Is this Steve?
Hello, who is this?
Hello, Steve. This is Rania from Boulevard Properties. Am I catching you at a good time?
Wow. I guess. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Boulevard Properties here in Dubai. I just received your details from our marketing team, and I see you recently clicked on, well, our ad regarding Dubai real estate investment. I'm reaching out to verify the details you submitted. Would that be all right? Great. I just want to confirm a few details. You mentioned you're looking for a 4-bedroom apartment. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
true.
Perfect. And are you also looking for an off-plan property? No worries at all. The call can easily be done via Zoom, so you can join from wherever you are. Just let me know a time that works for you, and I'll arrange it for you. What do you think?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, can we do tomorrow afternoon?
Absolutely. How about 2 p.m. tomorrow? Does that work for you?
Yeah, perfect.
Click down below if you want to build.
I think it's a bit splotchy there, but that's probably the best I heard from from an AI perspective. It has the regional accent, right? It uses the regional accent as well, so they make people feel comfortable, right? That you're talking to someone who's local, right? You're not talking to someone who's from another country, from the U.S. as an example, like a lot of these solutions are, right? But you're actually talking to someone that can actually understand you, and the smoothness of it and the pausing. I mean, it's just amazing, right? It's really, really good, right? In terms of how we communicate.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah. Let's see if I can play just one.
Hey, is this Mahmoud?
Yes, it is.
Hello, Mahmoud. This is Salma
Hi.
from Luxury Properties. Am I catching you at a good time?
Yes.
I just received your details from our marketing team, and I see you recently clicked on our ad regarding Dubai real estate investment.
Is that amazing in terms of the sound?
It's amazing, yeah.
The accent. Is that amazing?
Tonality is
from a
on
localization
point,
perspective, it's just awesome. Yeah, the tone is amazing. So we're going to take a look at this week. We're going to look at Bland. We're going to do a demo on Bland as one of the solutions. We're going to get in touch with Poly AI. We're going to get in touch with this company as well. We've been storing and recording and documenting all these companies, every one of them. I think we're up to about 55 right now of companies that we're actually looking at, because I see them all the time, and we're going to catalog them. There's some specifically focusing on restaurants, others focusing on dental, others focusing on healthcare, others focusing on the automotive industry. I mean, like they're just because you can't go touch every environment out there. I mean, you can't touch every company. You have to specialize. You got to focus, right? You have to be best in a particular niche. You have to niche down. If you don't niche down, you know it's hard to
You're going to spread yourself too thin, right? That's the saying.
Yeah, and you can't really have a specialization, right?
Yeah.
And we had some discussions with other companies as well in that space, and we're going to bring that to you so you can get a better understanding in terms of where the space is going. Okay. Coming back to what we said roughly about, we talked about Jensen Huang. Yeah, can we?
NVIDIA, yeah.
Yeah. What we're also going to do over the next couple of days or so, as I mentioned, we're going to keep an eye on NVIDIA in terms of where NVIDIA is going. So let's take a look at NVIDIA. Who is NVIDIA? Who are they? Right. Let me first share my screen with you here. Share my tab here. Let's go. Here we go. Okay. Check it out. NVIDIA. Let's see. NVIDIA is now worth more than the GDP of every country except these 11.
That's all you need to know about NVIDIA. To be honest, that's all you need.
But check it out, though.
Man. No, I know.
Last updated February 2024. That's February, right? Yeah. So NVIDIA is down. They fluctuate. $139, right? I don't know, man. That's still cheap, man. $138. That's still pretty good.
No, I agree.
You know, guess how much Berkshire Hathaway stock is worth, right? Last I checked, about $200,000 for one stock, one share.
Whoa. Okay.
That's last I checked. It could be less than that. Have to fact check me on that one, right? But in terms of where they stand from a company perspective, 1.97. That's where they're worth almost $2 trillion, right? Valuation. As of I think in October-November timeframe, they're now up to $3 trillion. That's the valuation. How much they're worth? 3 trillion US. So they're right now roughly between probably France and Italy. Right, they're higher than France, and I believe right below Italy, unless it's more than 318. So it's pretty much within this zone, right, in terms of the valuation of the company, right? $3 trillion. That's where they're at, right? So that's within a year. And check this other one out. Okay.
That's wild.
Yeah, check this other one out here. Share screen. Okay. Okay, let's just share this one here. Share that one. Okay, check it out. NVIDIA beats forecast again. November. This is November, later on in the year, right? Just recently, right? Yeah, that's recent. Yeah. Again, even growth inevitably. Of course, they can't grow forever, right? But from a quarterly perspective, growth perspective. Same
They're
time,
still going, yeah.
Right. Quarterly, right? I don't have there's no annual so far, but I think I may have an annual. Yeah, I have an annual. Check out the annual here. Okay. I'm going to share this one here with you guys. There it is. Okay, great. Okay. The world's most valuable companies, market cap, in trillions, right? So that's NVIDIA right there. They've been fluctuating 2023. Okay. So 22, late 2022, and boom, look at that. 3.01 trillion.
Yeah, and they still got room.
Right behind Microsoft.
Yeah, they still got room too. Yeah.
3 trillion. NVIDIA beats Apple to be the second most valuable company, right? Look at that. From not even $1 trillion in valuation right here, right? Less than $1 trillion, right? They're still pretty good in terms of performance, right? They hit $1 trillion in late 2023, $2 trillion late 2024, and now when was this posted? In when was this taken? I don't have it here. When does June 27, 2024.
Yeah, so it's about 6 months ago. Yeah.
They're worth $3 trillion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, 1 trillion to 3 trillion in a year. Right?
Well, that's the business of microchips
Amazing,
right now, right? With
amazing
the AI
performance.
spending and all. That's what's going on.
And you know what? They have just begun. They've been around for a while, right? No doubt. Their company, how they're building, in terms of how they their chips are going to be in everything. Everything. They're going to be integrated into. So let's just have a conversation with the founder here of NVIDIA, and let's just see what he has to say about the future of NVIDIA. I think it's very important to watch these companies, because if we're not watching them and not aware of what they're doing, then it's and these are the companies that are actually shaping our future.
100%.
So we pretty much, the world goes pretty much in their direction right now.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Wow. That's the easy question.
Oh, let's get to
well, we are.
Jensen, thank you so much for being here today. And I want to get started just with a question that is really basic, but I think chips have been in the ecosystem a lot more lately, and there's people who probably didn't even really know what a semiconductor was a few years ago. Can you give me a very basic definition of what NVIDIA is?
Wow, that's an easy question. Well, we are a technology company that processes software for applications and domains of science that are barely possible without us. And so because of what we do.
You heard he said?
I love how how he framed that. Yeah.
Barely
possible.
Yeah,
I love how he framed that. It's class.
Wow. Wow, crazy.
We can make what is barely possible, or we can make something that is very energy consuming, very energy efficient, or we could turn something that costs a lot of money and make it much more affordable. And so we created this thing called accelerated computing. And that was what we pioneered about 3 decades ago. And it's taken until now to really take off.
In the early days at Denny's with Chris and Curtis, the dream was probably...
Not bad. 30 years to become the second most valuable company in history. Not bad. 30 years, right? That's a pretty good run. And they're just at the beginning, right? In the AI space. So they have a lot more to go. And they may become the world's most valuable company in history. And who knows what, because every company, every technology in the world, from a software development perspective and the performance perspective, they're going to want to use them. Whether it's video production, Microsoft, going over to Netflix, Prime, Amazon, everyone wants their technology.
Yeah, they're going to need it.
Can you explain what your first dream was, what the vision was, even though now it's come so far to be this accelerated computing company?
Well, at the time, if you go back 30 years, at the time, the PC revolution was just starting. the microprocessor was starting to take off. The CPU was starting to take off. And there was quite a bit of debate about what is the future of computing and how should software be run. And there was a large camp, and rightfully so, that believed that CPU or general purpose software was the best way to go. And it was the best way to go for a long time. We felt, however, that there was a class of applications that wouldn't be possible without acceleration. And or you couldn't make it affordable enough for everybody to enjoy without acceleration.
I think you're on mute, Dell.
Yeah, I remember when I was actually playing Wolfenstein Castle, right? It's a game. Or I was playing, I've never been a big gamer, right? But there was a time where when it comes to technology and integration of technology and hardware, that all the individual technology components was you can build a computer system with just getting products off the shelf, right? So so there is and on the motherboard, there are certain components that's already embedded on the motherboard. One of the technology components already on the motherboard was the video card, right? So the video card was already embedded on the motherboard. It shipped with the motherboard. So there's no need to get a video card, right?
Yeah.
Or the video component or the video chipset. It's already embedded on the motherboard. So no need, right? So, but what it did, it sucked resources from your computer system, right? So if you're watching, you're trying to play a game, or you're trying to do some work, or you're trying to do other things on your computer, right? You got the video sucking resources, slowing your computer system. But that was how it is. And I remember the first time, right? I looked in the computer system because I used to build them. Look at the computer system, and when I opened it up, there is a specific card in your computer, and it was from NVIDIA, and this was a card specifically focused on video graphics, and it was a big card. You could tell that it had a big fan connected to it. It was this massive card, and it plugged into one of the slots. And of course, they had 16-bit, 32-bit. Like the slots was, they evolved over time, right? And they're just a technology architecture. And when you plugged that in, you plugged your video card into it, it was a different world. I mean, like the graphics was sharper, it was crisper, it was like so much cleaner, and it didn't suck resources from your computer. Because now your computer system can run independently, and it doesn't have to suck up resources from your card. I remember that. In fact, I think I had a card that was already embedded in one of the computers I bought that was independent as well. And they had other technology that was also separate. For example, sound. Sound was another one. Sound processing, and you have to put a card, not from the motherboard from manufacturer. You have to put another card into your computer system to process sound separately as well. So that was where the trend was going at the time.
Yeah.
And so we started this accelerator company, this accelerated computing company, to solve those problems. In the beginning, there weren't that many applications for it, frankly. And we smartly chose one particular combination that was a home run. It was computer graphics, and we applied it to video games.
There you go.
And that combination turned out to have been a giant industry, and now video games is the largest industry in the world, the largest entertainment industry in the world. And it drove our technology for 3 decades. Making it available to more people took a long time, and we're still in that journey, and frankly, probably early in that journey. There are now probably, over 1 billion gamers in the world, but there are 8 billion people. Someday, everybody's going to be a gamer, and so it's going to be the largest by far entertainment industry, and so it turned out to have been a fantastic technology driver for our.
I don't want to contradict him here, but I saw a video where there's the last number I saw, it was like 2 billion gamers in the world with a population of like like 6-7 billion people,
Yeah.
and within the next 10 years or so, there's going to be like 4 billion gamers in the world, right? With a population of 8 billion people. Think about that now. A population of 8 billion people, half the world will be
in games. Virtual realities. I mean, the metaverse, right? That's going to be another thing that people are going to be hanging out in. Now, keep in mind, have you heard that they're even, I mean, I don't want to switch too much off topic, but just to throw something in there, metaverse real estate, right?
Yes.
There's people buying real estate now in the virtual world, which is going to be pretty wild, but we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. So let's see here. See if I can bring this up. Gaming stats. Just want to be a bit more accurate. I want to get fact checked here. Let's see. Gaming. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. So I'll go back to Jensen with Jensen saying, okay.
Company, and we step by step added more and more things that we could do to today artificial intelligence.
Beyond gaming and graphics, NVIDIA has grown immensely. I think that there's a lot of things people might be surprised to hear are powered by NVIDIA. Can you just give a very simple list of some of the use cases and big name customers that people might be surprised to hear are powered by NVIDIA?
People would probably be surprised that the most powerful and energy efficient supercomputers in the world that are used for molecular dynamics simulations to climate science research to material science research to quantum computing research are powered by NVIDIA. All the way to the other extreme, a whole bunch of robots that are powered by NVIDIA in manufacturing lines, self-driving cars that are powered by NVIDIA, to the Nintendo Switch that I'm very proud of that's powered by NVIDIA. So we're in very powerful systems, and we're in very energy efficient systems, and probably one of the most talked about systems today are the systems at the Microsoft Azure data centers that are powering ChatGPT, and the work that we did with OpenAI in the very beginning to now that powers ChatGPT. And I think those are really quite exciting.
I'm going to come back to ChatGPT for sure. But first, I wanted to ask you about betting it all. This is something that you have not shied away from in the 30 years that since you started the company. It was maybe 7 times that you've been reinvented and faced, success or utter failure. What is the lesson here?
Well, we're in a really fast-moving industry. Technology is incredible in the sense that such enormous challenges and problems could be solved by computing on the one hand. On the other hand, the technology changes. And there are so many great companies in the world, and we're pursuing very similar aspirations. We want to solve the world's greatest challenges. And so every now and then, a technology revolution comes along. We were started in the PC revolution. After that, the internet revolution came, and all of a sudden, the companies before it, some of them didn't make it to the revolution, and some great new companies like Google and others.
Yeah, and they almost didn't make it either. They were close to bankruptcy a couple of times. They had to be bailed out. So they're by the skin of their teeth that they actually made it through those revolutions. The transition in history and technology
got invented during that time. And then the cloud computing revolution came. And then the mobile cloud computing revolution came. And now we're talking about the AI revolution. And so each one of these transitions, it's very unlikely that the companies that were great before it are still great after it. And
that says a lot. These companies that prospered in the mobile revolution, where's BlackBerry? I remember
that's a very good question. That's a very good question. Yeah.
Everywhere you went was
this was
BlackBerry.
this was a company that really believed that people wouldn't go to full touchscreen. You know,
Exactly.
they really believe that touchscreen wasn't going to be the thing that people will resort to in the end. It's
That's
fun
right.
for
That's right.
fun for now, but we want the keyboard, they were saying, you know?
Keyboard, exactly.
And look what
Yeah.
happened.
And where's Nokia? Motorola, right? All these companies, massive. Don't get me wrong, they're still there somewhere, but they're not.
Yeah,
out in the forefront.
Nokia, I believe they're making now the technology for smartphones, like the chips.
Smartphone,
I
yeah.
believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's where they've
Yeah.
kind of shifted now toward.
That's right. They pivoted, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to being the actual provider, right? And now it's Samsung and Apple, right? Those are the two
Google.
major players. And Google, I'm not sure about Google. Right, they're there somewhere. But right now, in terms of phone infrastructure, the technology is you have Android or iOS. That's pretty much the game.
Basically, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you said, those companies, they didn't transition very well, right? And what about some of our major companies? And like we talked about last week with Google and search. And the issue with Google search, will Google be around the next 5 years, 10 years or so, when people starting to realize they don't want to search and get fed ads, and while they're searching, they just want the information at their fingertips. And with the introduction of, for example, like we mentioned today, like Google Glasses, or the implementation of the Rabbit, which is your personal agent that walks around with you, answering all your questions, searching things, evaluating things as you go throughout your whole day. Why would you need to search things anymore? There's no need for search, right? Drafting a letter, hey, Rabbit, whatever technology you use, right? Agent, draft a letter to my mom or to my business partner. Drafts it, does the editing for you, and evaluates it. It could change tone on the fly as you
read it to
dictate the
me.
letter to it. Read it to me, exactly.
Yep.
Oh, make the tone happier, make the tone, firm, happy, elevate it to a university professor tone, right?
You could say mimic, and you can literally name
Mimic.
a public figure, something
Exactly.
that's online. It says mimic,
Exactly.
XYZ. Like mimic Jensen Huang, for example.
Exactly.
It would do that. There's enough info right now. There's enough data out there to be able to do that. So it's crazy.
Exactly. So why would you want to search? Why would you go to Facebook?
Yeah.
So why would you go to Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, right? These program technologies, writing email, writing and reading email, viewing email on the fly. Google is in some serious trouble.
And you know what? What does this mean for marketing? The future of marketing.
Yeah.
What does this mean for the future of SEO? Businesses now are going to have to really think of strategic ways of still getting in the front.
That's right.
With Google being pushed out a little bit, I can see it changing drastically.
That's right. So we're going to continue looking at Jensen and NVIDIA, which is the engine that's going to power the future for AI. There's a lot of stuff he said, a lot of controversial stuff he says about coding, about hacking and AI. He has his ears to the ground. The world is coming to him. Every organization, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's OpenAI, they're coming to him and they're having a conversation with him. The leaders are at his doorstep with AI. So he's someone to watch. He's someone to really listen to when it comes to the trend. So this week, we're going to be doing a much more deeper dive into Jensen and who he is. Not only that, also the company as well, and where the company's going. And this is going to be an exciting week where we're actually be really understanding the world from his point of view. Okay, so on that said, is there any last things you want to say, Alex, before we complete the head out?
No, man, this is a great note, I think, to end it off, because he's definitely going to be a key player. Like he said in the beginning of this, people barely getting by without his technology, right? That's something to keep in mind.
That's right.
And in this industry, you don't want to just barely get by. You really want to get ahead. So he's
You
a
have to get
fact
ahead.
key. He's a master key player in all this. So it's very good
That's
to leave
right.
it on this note, I think.
That's right. Awesome. So if you find value, and if we provided value for you in the session or in any of our videos, just do us a favor and just like, share, and subscribe. Make sure when you subscribe, put on the notification bell so that next time we go live, you'll be able to see us as you go live as well. And we look forward to tomorrow. So we're back here tomorrow again at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 11 a.m. Pacific time. And again, if you have any questions, if you have any technology that you want us to focus on, look at, evaluate, just send it over to us, private PM us, and then we'll be able to check it out and provide your feedback on it. We even potentially have it on the show. And or if you have a product that you feel is going to make a difference for people in the AI space, connect with us. Let us do our evaluation. As Alex mentioned, we are product agnostic.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't align ourselves with any product because product and technology changing so fast nowadays. We're going to tell you the honest insider or facts about that particular product. So so if you have a product that you want us to take a look at, by all means, send it over to us. But on that note, we look forward to seeing you next time tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good day. Take care.
Take care, Dale.
Take care, man.